everyone to session 65 of The Space Between with a recap from Zeke.
Man, this ship is fancy. Like, way fancier than we thought. The more we explore, the more goodies we uncover. Bo even snagged a bottle of something that looks really expensive. It's probably one of those finders keepers situations, but we'll see how long that sticks around. Did an inventory check, found a lot of drugs and drank, everything from knuckle crack to black nebula stout. Cherry made it clear, though, that all of it's for resale only, and for once, nobody argued. No one took the drugs, just logged them. Responsible smuggling, apparently. Meanwhile, I took a brief detour into some light temporal rift testing. Note to self: you shouldn't do that when there's not a gravity well around. Anyway, after that, I earned a nap. Then we turned our attention back to the base that Cherry had finished mapping out, and I attempted to deploy a recon drone for a quick sweep, only to find out that the hangar was packed to the brim with a battalion of bots. Did manage to slow down their repairs and made it out in one piece somehow. Next up, we should take the ship back to Loinudana and maybe try to register what we liberated. We make it official, making it official before someone else decides to.
All right. Thank you for that assessment. I love the glossing over of the little experimentation. Just don't do that again. Moving on.
Hurt his head. He's not going to talk about it.
Let's say you don't want these notes to fall into the wrong hands. You wouldn't want anybody to know the more embarrassing stuff that he's done.
I mean, yeah, and I don't think, it went so well for being such a dumb idea that I don't think he realizes, no pun intended, the gravity of the situation.
Didn't.
Oh, good one. All right. Well, you guys had backed off. I believe you had loaded all up and you were gearing up to go to Lainuda. Am I correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So we are. I couldn't remember exactly what we ended last session with. I think it was that decision, backing off of the facility for now. So I know there was a bit of discussion about how to divvy up between the two ships, and 'cause you need at least three people on the Swallowtail, and I think with the automation support, you really technically only need one person on freighter.
Mm.
But yeah, the minimum of three is for spike drills, so that you can have a rotation of people just kind of manning the controls, so that everybody gets sleep still.
Right.
Had you guys decided on a division of labor? I don't remember for sure.
I don't think we did.
I don't think there are any decisions.
Right.
So do you guys? I don't know. I'm assuming that you do have preferences because that would affect who's around who and then what ship for the bit of downtime that we've got here.
Mm.
I'm assuming Bo can't bring the Cappies to live in luxury with him on the new ship.
He was not helping build a new enclosure for them.
So yeah, he's returning to the Swallowtail.
I mean, I was gonna say the luxury cabins are quite spacious.
Gotta go through chair for that one.
Which I'm assuming harder to sell or mint condition ship if Cappies have been sleeping on the bed.
And other things,
No.
yes.
Yes, sleeping on the bed, that's the danger.
That's the problem. Yep.
Oh, sweet summer bow. All right, so we got Bo on the swallowtail.
I think Eva is probably also going to stay on the swallowtail now that we've kind of concluded that we're not getting to keep the new ship. She wants to stay with her ship.
Okay. Then that's two, and if you so you can have
He'll
a
probably
third.
stay with Eva.
Okay. So then and that should be good enough because you guys are making a simple enough spike drill that well, does any of you have at least pilot 0?
Eva does.
Okay. I thought I remembered that somebody else on the crew had a pilot 0. Yeah, pilot 0 is good enough. I'm I'm content with that for making a spike drill that doesn't require a check. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's been a while and it hasn't really been relevant too often. I do draw the line at having somebody with no pilot skill uh, overseeing the spike drill. Even if it is technically difficulty low enough not to make a check, that's assuming the basic level of competence. So, yeah. Does everybody else want to ride on the freighter? Put Zeke, Cherry, and I guess Ryu on the freighter. I'll take that as a yes.
I'm good for it. Sounds fun.
Alrighty.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did need at least Cherry for the piloting there. Okie dokie.
Ben said I don't have a choice. Got it.
I like to at least give you guys the illusion of choice sometimes.
I mean, I think it was already Danielle doesn't have a choice anyways because Cherry wasn't going to give up the luxury amenities while they're available.
True. The chance to relax in a spa while Ryu mans the controls, that is hard to pass up.
Yep.
I don't. Wait. How does? Okay. Never mind.
Are these ships gonna stay within? Is it like a bajillion kilometers?
Of each other.
He can do 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, I would say that it would definitely be possible to keep them within 1,000 kilometers of each other. Now, the real problem is going to be that due to the I guess gravity well centric nature of psionic abilities, particularly teleportation, you can't just be like, oh, I've been on that ship before, so I can teleport over there. You would
I think
need
that's
to
a
be
technique, right?
So there's kind of what you're probably talking about is the one that lets you blindly teleport somewhere that you could teleport to. Well, oh no, it's a little bit more than that. Basically, lets you teleport inside somewhere that you can see, even if you can't see into it. But yeah, that's. I don't think he's. Well, the plan hasn't been for him to learn that eventually, but that is,
No.
I think, still on the table potentially. Um, what we, what he would basically have to do, I think, short version would be like go to a window, teleport the to the outside of the other ship, and then either get eyes inside or then go in through an airlock. Um, so still
Sounds like
possible, but
certain death. Not something he's gonna do. Never mind.
I wouldn't say certain death. It's a little
I know
complicated.
you are. You'd kill him.
He's like, I smell a trap. I don't believe
Avery's
it for a
like,
second.
I know who the DM is.
Mhm. Well, the ship was there when you started your teleport, but actually, you're floating in a different direction, facing away from the ship. And
I
you'll
mean,
prevent death as you fall towards this gravity well.
teleporting while the ships are moving at like, you know, I don't. Well, yeah, we won't get into the physics of how fast the ships move in this setting either. But yeah, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely not a thing to consider lightly.
It sounds like nothing to consider, so I won't. We can move on.
Yeah, let's see. Deep Intrusion is the level 4 ability um, that lets you blind teleport into a building, structure, vehicle, or spaceship visible to them, including spaceships close enough to engage in conventional ship-to-ship combat. So you just kind of intuitively seek out a space large enough that doesn't have immediate hazards, um, and then you go. But yeah, maybe that's something to reconsider. Anywho, we've got our division of passengers. The ships are on a course for the edge of the system, uh, avoiding going near any other points of interest so as to avoid any plausible run in with any sort of other ships. And let's see, it is notable that, um, if I recall correctly, the freighter has a higher classed spike drive on it.
It's class
So
3.
yeah, so that'll be I'd say Cherry could
Yeah, of course,
definitely
Swallowtail's only a 2.
she could definitely slow it down. Um, I think with her level of skill, like she can keep it basically let the swallowtail keep up with it, and yeah, so you can take the what is it, 24? Yeah, 24 hours to get to the edge of the system. Then it'll be yeah, I guess never really considered before the idea of like dialing back the power of the spike drive for a spike drill too. Um, would you guys want to do that so that both ships pop out in Loyuda at the same time, roughly?
Probably should. Popping out with an unregistered ship, you know?
Yeah, I think it should be escorted.
Okay.
Also, it has no weapons.
Yeah. And who knows what all Cherry and Zeke would get up to with those extra, I don't know. Is it an extra day at that point? Or even more? Oh, goodness. I'm not going to put any ideas in anybody's head.
You want to play that out?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. We don't have to.
Oh, just laughing at the thought of, like, Cherry being like, "Leave us suckers." Trimming the course, just gutting it, and being like, "All right, Zeke, you and I are gonna have a couple extra days of vacation, not all these other crazies." I mean, I feel like the idea would have at least crossed Cherry's mind, right? Danielle, you're muted by the way. Oh, there you
It's a strong possibility, but I can neither confirm nor deny.
go. Wisely. All right. So, let me check my reference thing to double check. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We were talking about a five days of travel total, counting travel in Harvardio system, the spike drill, and travel from the edge of Loenuda to the planet, to the moon, I should say.
um,
So downtime.
I can't remember if Eve was working on anything. Did I finish the drone? Did I already give that to? Did Eve already give that to Cherry?
I cannot remember for the life of me.
I think so, because that's the
So
one you
yeah,
tried to deploy, right?
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
pretty
Pop
quick
Tart.
thing because you had basically been able to go and buy ready-made parts
Oh,
and
right.
just
This was
assemble.
basically a purchased drone. We just flavored it
Mhm.
as Eva building it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it was done in a matter of hour or two, something like that.
Okay.
Unremarkable amount of time. I know that you guys had been working on demo charges that you did finish.
Mm-hmm.
There were modifications that Bo was working on that he shelved in order to help focus on the demolition charges. So he might be, and since the both of you are on the same ship, you have the opportunity to work together if you'd like.
Yeah, he'd want to start up on those again.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay, yeah, we. I know Bo got a day, one day towards one of his projects. I think before um, switching gears. I think that was making use of an extra day back on the Waning Daw. Um, so whichever project. Um, I'm pretty sure you got notes somewhere of which projects he's got in mind
Yeah,
or working on, right?
so he was working on the boosted and got 3.5 days in.
Okay, nice. Working on the mag pistol. Okay. So, let's see if it's a 14-day thing. I think it was something gotta remember. Nice, okay. I did some work recently on getting more little reference PDFs of specific pages from the book so that I can more quickly find
Mm.
stuff I'm looking for. Um, it's something like, basically you double your the work rate for having an assistant and also for doing nothing else. Um, I'm gonna say since you guys are, you can get like whatever 4 days worth out of um, the 2 days inside the in real space, but while you're in metaspace, you guys are going to be required. Enough of your time is going to be taken uh, helping man the controls and keep the ship on course. That you'll just get credit for double time since you'll be working with an assistant. So let's say a total of what are we? Let's see. What's the math here? 4, 8, and then 6. So that's 14 days. 14 days worth of project time.
Ooh, that's a level 2 mod.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that math right because you get
Yeah, I guess
double
that would
time.
finish the boosted mod. And then I guess get 3.5 days into maybe another mod.
Yeah, you guys have anything else in mind?
See, we already do. We did customized. I was really trying to trick out this mag pistol.
Something we've never discussed the possibility of a custom mod that would affect skill checks. I figure I will bring that up, even though
Mm-hmm.
normally I might not have put that idea in you guys' head, but I'll just I'll drop that and say maybe we should discuss that at some point. I think it would have to be pretty expensive, considering how good like a +1 to a given skill would be. But I'd like to say that that's on the table.
Yeah.
Maybe something for Eva and Bo to be researching in some of their free time. Okay, what do you guys think on what you might want to do with your other few days of
Okay, I guess he'd already. I was going back and looking. He'd spent on the material for auto targeting, so I guess he'd get 3.5 days in on that. If Eva is up for that.
she'll keep working with him on it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what's everybody else doing with their
Well, she can work on her own stuff also, right? That's not just working on that with him.
well, so I guess I was talking about how much time you'd have, assuming you guys are like working together. Um, because
Oh,
you get yeah, but if Eva had stuff to work on, you could definitely be doing that instead. Um, I was throwing those numbers out there. Um,
so that wasn't 14 days for each of us working. That was 14 days across the two of us.
yeah, because you guys have basically 2 days that out of the total of 5 days that you're working, you would both be able to like work overtime on 2 of those days. So yeah, there's 14 days worth of uh, modding labor to go around.
All right,
If
that's
Eva
that's
has
fine.
stuff in mind, then she it would be fine for I didn't mean to co-opt her time for you. What mods has Eva got on her docket?
I'm trying to figure out where I want to put an infinite power mod,
Mm,
and the most likely candidate is the back skin, but that's already 24 hours of operation, and like, how likely is it going to be that she'll need more than that?
yeah.
It
Does
would.
she have does she have a unit of pretech salvage?
She doesn't need it. She -1's pretech salvage.
Oh, it is to a minimum of 0. I forgot
Uh-huh.
it's hmm. Okay, yeah, I don't know what I was remembering something about a minimum of 1. maybe that's something to do with ship modding. But okay, well, cool.
Yeah, there's a handful of ship mods. Specifically, the specialized mounting is a minimum of 1
Okay.
for power and mass.
Yeah, I got you. Maybe that's what it was. Did Eva? Did she already buy the parts? I mean, I think it's not too implausible to say you guys have the parts available on the ship, because I know you bought a lot of stuff. We could pretty easily just hand wave that you had
Well, that's
bought
why we
that
bought
before we
spare
have.
parts.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly how many you guys bought of that, but I know it was quite a few.
I tend to keep it pretty stocked up. Right now we've got 200.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we definitely got. I mean that's actually literally a ton of spare parts. Or at least it takes the cargo space of 1 ton. Um, so yeah, we could. I mean, there's lots of stuff we could do. We could start building a motorcycle or a tank. Um,
No, she would need to be on the cruiser to do that.
uh, yeah, because you need the workshop facilities for it. True.
Yeah, you need it's the cruiser-sized workshop.
Yep. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank of what I want to mod. Does anybody have any other ideas for things that they want modded?
Power on Pete would be useful, but I don't think that that's in the GMs.
It's only A cells, buddy. Sorry,
Yeah, exactly.
you're a chunky boy that takes a B cell.
Yeah, no,
Hey, not that chunky.
chunky boy. Uh, there is the question of
I believe the term is thick king. Thank you.
oh, I don't know why that makes me cringe. Let's see.
Chunky
There
boy
are
didn't make you cringe, but thick king does. Got it.
Yeah, I'm with her on this one. And I
well, it
said
just
crunchy boy, chunky boy.
yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I know there is there are rules for like integrating equipment with a VI's chassis,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is a little bit obviously, it's a bit different from typical modding. Um, oh yeah, let's see.
I
Costs
think
twice as much and takes a week to properly integrate.
I figured out what I want to do with Eva's modding time.
Okay.
How would Bo feel if Eva asks him to teach her how to shoot?
Oh yeah, he'd be willing to do that.
Okay.
All right. Alternative downtime plans.
So yeah, she'll be helping mostly with as far as the workshop goes with Bo's boosted because she's she's applying her attention to proper gun technique research, um, which may or may not involve Jennifer Moon's novels. And for the funsies, uh, because she doesn't want to damage the swallowtail, she might suggest that we just open up the cargo bay while we're flying through and fire out the back for target practice.
Oh boy.
Well, not target practice because there's not going to be targets there, but learning the proper stance and everything. uh,
While Pete's busy flying a ship.
Mm.
Yep. He's just holding the joystick, probably a book in the other hand, because it's pretty simple at the moment.
Swallowtail's up in front of the cruiser. Ryu's at the helm of the cruiser and just hears plink, plink,
Sees just the little minuscule flashes of light. I like that.
And while he's teaching her how to shoot, she's also going to be yammering on about her ideas for uh, an infinite cycling laser rifle.
Ooh.
Gonna put that infinite power mod to use somewhere.
Oh yeah.
First fire all day, every day.
That's how you compensate for her attack bonus.
Dude, a laser HMG, I'm just gonna say it now. With infinite power.
Yes.
Sorry, Ben. Suppression fire all day.
You can modify heavy weapons.
Uh-huh.
If only the what is it, the anti-vehicle laser operated on Type A batteries.
Yeah.
But other things are certainly an option. Yeah, let's see. We got. That's just about everybody. Cherry and Zeke, though, you guys have some time. You guys haven't said anything for what you guys want to be doing in that spare time on the freighter.
Gonna catch tan. I mean, I don't feel like Zeke would be trying to do too much.
That would be amazing if the indoor pool, you did say indoor pool, right? If the indoor pool had a basically sunroof opening.
That would be pretty cool. I would say it's probably got it's got artificial uh, lighting going on, but it definitely would simulate like the sunlight. If you wanted to be like, hi, I'm in a outdoor pool, then yeah, you could have the room simulate outdoor lighting.
Have they figured out how to avoid like a melanoma?
Oh
Or
yeah,
does it
for
start
sure.
where?
This would be this would be cancer-free artificial light.
Okay, yeah, then Zeke's down. That's where you find him.
Cherry would also definitely be doing something relaxing.
I was imagining her showing up, at that room of the luxury suite and ready to roll and be like, wait, what? He's already in here. He doesn't
Trying to
exactly
find
strike.
an example of what she would see Zeke wearing.
I was gonna say he doesn't strike me as like the sunbathing type, but I mean, I guess we haven't had the opportunity.
I got a distinct image in my mind. It's off brand for Zeke.
Well, yeah, Ryu can handle piloting well.
Yeah.
Plus, you can sure catch some rays. Nice. Styling and profiling. Where did he get these letters now? All right, well, anything else? Lots of relaxing and enjoying the luxurious amenities. Alrighty then. I think we are ready to fast forward a bit and arrive on Loyalty. Now,
With those glasses, he'll fit right in on Lohinuda.
oh goodness. Yeah, the much more important question is where did you get those?
There's a
Where
3D
did you-
printer on the ship.
Never know.
I was gonna say that might be more puzzles. Like where he's been keeping them all this time. Dude. That's at least 1 point of encumbrance.
At least.
I'll add it to the stat sheet, but you will regret it.
Good
I
man.
can promise you now.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Well, we haven't talked too much about how you guys plan to go get this thing registered without making some of the finer details known. And because that was we were considering that would likely require pulling some strings, taking advantage of some connections.
Well, you see,
You're
we've
not
talked since then, and I'm not sure
true.
that we actually need to do that anymore.
Okay.
All of the subterfuge was with the expectation that we would want to go back before whoever we sell the location to can get there. Or more
Okay.
specifically, that we would want to go back before anybody else. But
Yeah.
can we do a quick vote and confirm if how many want to go back and how many want to just let the lab or the base go?
Where are we voting?
Or sell it.
Audio. I'll vote first. Let it go. Selling it is included in letting it go.
Mm, I vote letting it. Man, this is so hard.
In facility, right?
Convert
The
this to
location.
yay or nay?
Yeah, the facility.
This is about the base, right?
The base, yeah.
Yeah, I think she'd be okay to let it go.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay selling both of them, base and a ship.
Mhm.
Cash money, baby.
Sell
Avery.
both.
See if we want to go back.
Does Zeke have any other ideas how we could do that aside from contracting with somebody who'll definitely want more of a cut than we'd be willing to give
That's
up?
not mine. That's not mine nor his department. So
Uh, fair enough.
Cherry might be willing to check around.
Zeke knows what he wants, he just doesn't know how to get it.
Well, we can still pursue that. Um, try to keep it on the down low and it hidden while Cherry check around, see if there's anything, or actually not. I don't know. Maybe Pete and Bo would be good to look around for some muscle. Um, and we can go back to the original idea or some of the original thoughts of Eva trying to search for some kind of overrides or anything that could help us.
There's also the fact that you guys have plans to go to Harvario, so you could always just pop on by while you're in town and just take a look at the place.
Yeah.
What's the worst could happen? Because there's no guarantee. Um, you don't know yet how quickly whoever you give the information to would go running out there to do something about it.
Especially when we tell them how dangerous it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and or I would say, or how successful they would be in doing so.
Right.
Because with what you guys saw, a pretty well prepared and supplied group could still definitely run afoul of that many warbots and end up running with their tail tucked behind their legs.
Yeah.
I guess Pete needs a rocket launcher now.
That one can also
guess.
get infinite ammo, but it's harder to do.
As I say, Bo's got the solution to all of these problems. More guns. Uh, and oh man, Pete could. I mean, with the kind of money you guys are gonna make selling the ship, I guess it depends on how much you're trading in. Uh, I don't think we want. I don't think we necessarily want this to turn into the ship design session.
Mm.
I think we'd rather do that stuff mostly offline in between sessions.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on how much money you guys keep left over, you could certainly afford to do some equipment modifications and such.
Hey, if somebody wants a rocket launcher, Eva is willing to put in the research to make it generate its own explosive ammunition.
That's terrifying.
We will need some pretech for that one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I think Pete would be happy to shoot a rocket launcher at those warbots.
see, I was imagining Pete like
Integrating it.
integrating a rocket launcher into his chassis.
Oh no, I already thought about that. Back when you're having the discussion of like machine guns and other stuff, heavy weapons, probably like a month ago. That's what I was thinking about it for.
Nice. Yeah, baby. It'd be pretty cool. But anyways, um,
All right, let's put down what we're doing for Ben's sake.
yeah, summarize and so we've got we're planning to we're going to register the ship. You are going to make some efforts to do this discreetly and try, you know, look into the possibilities of faking some of the information on this registration so that you don't clue everyone into where it's from. Um, you're going to look into you're going to consider selling the information about where the place is and what's inside it, and you're also going to look for a buyer for your ship, and then I guess alongside that, you're also going to look for a ship to purchase. Yeah, I guess. Well, that's Yeah, I guess you guys were talking. You were leaning towards buying a used ship versus just designing your own, weren't you?
Yes. That's what our characters would like to do, but as players, we would like to design our own. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, is it the word paramilitary slash what?
Freelance.
Freelance. Yes.
Maybe
Thank
a
you.
little bit. Might have been used. Yeah. Yeah, because like you could always there's always the possibility you could be like, oh hey, some some freelance crew that is deciding to hang up their hats and be done gallivanting around the sector, and they're looking for somebody to buy their ship.
Or they've
Oh,
secured a pirate ship and selling that.
yeah.
Well,
Ooh, that did, that actually just that
uh-oh.
that brought to mind another possibility. Um, let's see. There's a term that I'm trying to think of. Uh, oh, I can't. I mean, I guess basically like a salvage auction, like
Oh yeah.
Anagris, like, hey, we've got this smattering of ships that we've either confiscated or blown up and then salvaged, and we're auctioning them off to people who you still have to do background checks and everything, pass muster, but we'll sell them on the cheap because they're not useful to us.
Yeah. Uh, Government options or public option auctions, seized and surplus property.
Hmm.
I'll add that to the flash.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't guess people would really do like foreclosure or repo auctions for starships so much. I guess unless the ships were just in like really rough condition.
I mean, they might. Having a ship means having maintenance.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, honestly, that is plausible too. Like,
This less mortgage
whatever.
would be killer, man.
Yeah, I mean, because the way, like, kind of canonically, the way that a lot of smaller groups end up getting ships is, they've got to take out a massive loan, and so they're paying on the thing. There would definitely be cases where somebody stopped being able to afford, their payments, and oops, turns out they also hadn't been doing maintenance like they were supposed to be doing. And so the company that repos the ship is like, ah, like it's gonna cost us so much to get this thing, back the way that it should be. Let's sell it off, at a bit of a discount and just call it a day.
Ben getting all kinds of ideas for how he can liberate us of the coin we're about to make.
Ways to take more of your credits for less ship.
Yeah, I don't like it when you put it that way.
No, it's not actually that. It's it's really less of your credits for less ship.
You know what I've realized?
So
I don't
it's a
like it
lot
when you put
less
it
ship.
anyway.
You guys just always see the worst in me. That's all it is.
You always show the worst in you.
Ooh. Burn.
We have dogged on you pretty hard this session.
We
I'm sorry.
have.
It's a
I'll
little
give you
better because I
compliments at
was.
the end if you earned them.
All right, I'll try my best. I think I wasn't here for all of the dogging on me, so that makes
Hey
sense.
Ben,
Yes.
a while back, um, youngest offspring wandered into here,
Oh,
and I got him to lay down and fall asleep. But if you could transfer him, that would be fantastic.
I was about to ask why you were doing video chat, but it looks like it's pitch black, so
What?
I don't
Oh
know if
my
you did that
word.
on purpose.
No, I didn't do that on purpose. Also, yes, I'm
I was
in a
on
pitch black
mute.
room.
I was on mute, but I was laughing about talking about give Ben a compliment at the end. You mean like he doles out XP at the end?
Ooh.
Ben, you
What?
get one compliment this
Hey,
session.
honestly, I'll take that. One compliment, maybe two if I was really good, but
Oh my
probably not
word.
two.
We'll see.
Ben,
It's like
take.
maybe two, but almost certainly not two.
How about you take 3 minutes and transfer this baby?
Sounds good. I'll give you guys some time
Thank
to
you.
think up your compliments for me at the end of the session.
Oh
I
my.
mean, something loading your DOS stuff, registration.
All right, so we've hashed and rehashed over and over and kind of gone back and forth, but are we more or less good with the uncertain plan we have here? That
So
being that we're pretty much expecting to sell the facility, but we're still going to do some research and see if it's feasible to go back. Sounds
I'm good
good?
with that. Yeah.
Okay. I think that hits the best for everyone. It really is almost a certainty, Avery, that we're not going to end up going back, but we'll give it some boots on the ground. Actually, I guess it's not boots on the ground. Fingers on the keyboard. Good old effort. I think Avery is gone now too.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I just was already in the agreement, so yeah, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with being outvoted too. If you guys just want to do something else.
I'd love to get more from the facility. I really would. My cynicism is just overriding that hope. That's
There's a
just what it
pool on
is.
this spaceship, and we're getting rid of it.
What's that?
There's a pool on this spaceship, right? And we're getting rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but then
We
again, the
just,
maintenance on that ship is super expensive.
yeah, I feel like if our old crew had found this ship, we would have had a real possibility of being able to keep it just because of like the level of influence we had accrued, the
Mhm.
level of connections we'd made. But our current team, again, due to the episodic nature of this campaign, we're not really making as many connections or gaining as much influence. We are just small fish in a really big ocean.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've kind of gone back on back and forth. I kind of talked with Ben at one point, saying I kind of feel like that's actually kept me from being as involved in this campaign,
Oh,
um, or being as connected. But yeah, I don't see it going. I don't see how we could sustain it. I don't see the actually making it work.
Yeah, and I think the chance to, I'll say, sell or trade up both the cruiser and the swallowtail at the same time for something else
mm-hmm.
would give us the chance, like I said, to keep the trope of like we've got our own makeshift fixer upper ship, but we could get a bigger one that's more affordable and have the in character stuff of building into it the luxury cabins and stuff.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't say it earlier because I got distracted several times, but I really liked your comment there about trading for a beat up Corvette, because
Yeah.
that really does play to Eva, the idea of fixing up something to be, better than from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And with the friends that she's made, Eva might just try and find some place to put a spa or sauna on a fixer upper.
Yeah, because hypothetically, a ship of that size, even if it's not a bulk freighter, we should still have plenty of like volume in the ship to fit it.
Mm-hmm.
And for something as simple as like a spa or a pool as a joke, like fitting that in is really just flavor text. And I don't think Ben is gonna debate that a lot.
No, especially if we do say pay the mechanical price for a luxury cabins fitting.
Yeah. Like it's a way of keeping the tropes we've kind of set up
Mm-hmm.
and also upgrading our ship, but also not doing so in a way where we're a target of like we found a TL5 facility and we kept one of the vintage like top of the line bulk freighters from the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I as much as I want us to be able to keep it and like turn it into a warship, like a Q ship, it's just not feasible. Not for our at least agreed upon choices at this point.
And if the
Yeah,
direction that we've been running is kind of feeling stagnant or stale on anyone, we can always revisit.
exactly. Exactly.
In fact, now would be a good time. Whether we keep the ship or not, we've come into a substantial, uh, just
Hall.
yeah, it's a substantial haul, an opportunity to both in character and out of character revise things. Like this is the kind of haul that can make somebody who wants to stay under the radar change their mind. So feel free to voice those concerns with us too, Daniel.
Which ones?
About connectivity to the setting, the campaign.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's mostly because of the lack of kind of a bigger story.
Mm.
So I I'm still not sure how to fix it, but I'm also thinking that it would be more helpful for me to just do some more work on Cherry to figure out how to make her just more interesting to play as a character for myself.
I have the distinct feeling that you missed what Robert and I were just talking about.
Yeah, I think I did.
My name.
Yeah, we were just going back to the earlier discussion of the trading for a beat up Corvette lets us keep our discussed tropes, but also breathe a bit more fresh life into them. Oh, I think I heard a GM sneak back in.
Think so.
I'm here. So yeah, I heard a little bit of Danielle talking to you guys about wanting a little bit more of a bigger picture or a bigger story going on. Did you guys want to talk more about that right now?
Not really.
I don't know if that's an in-game or an out-of-game conversation.
Feels like an out of game conversation.
Yeah. We can get back into. We've got some decisions. You guys have already made some decisions that give you enough to do for the rest of the session right now. We can definitely will want to, we can have more of that discussion in text chat over the next couple weeks. But you guys are arriving in Loinada, and I believe you had come to a decision about your. Okay, yeah, you got it posted here. Register the ship and obfuscate the origin. So, do you guys have any ideas about which contacts you would like to try to leverage to get that done?
I mean, I thought about, leveraging what's his name, Orion, because he does seem to have some pretty good contacts when it comes to like getting some stuff you don't expect him to have.
True.
Plus, he could be a buyer. Maybe he just wants to be a ship. You never know.
Also true. Okay. So you guys have one candidate there. What does everybody else think?
Well, I know that Nikki Nebula was brought up before.
Yeah.
Still interested in that possibility?
Can we just post it on Space Bay and go to the highest bidder?
I feel that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mentioned at one point in the back and forth earlier today. Basically, if you want to sell legitimately, like above the table, you will need to get it registered to yourselves first. I mean, unless you just want to bring it to the Loyenda Council 3, the government, and say, hey, do you guys want to buy this house? I mean, because that's, the government is who you'd have to get it registered with anyway. So you could save yourselves the trouble a little bit if you just wanted to sell to them. That's probably what you would be doing with Nikki Nebula. I mean, unless you guys are talking about trying to get her to kind of calling a favor with her. Keep in mind, she is one of the Council of Three, like the head of the Loyalty government. So,
Yeah, I figure we could probably just ask her when we're talking about registration, being like, "Hey, do you want to just like buy this?" Makes sense to me.
okay.
Could we perhaps because trying to sell a ship isn't the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Could we perhaps just like make some rolls and get from you an idea of what our three listed potential buyers um, might offer or be willing to offer?
Okay.
And do we want to try and sell it to potential outside buyers also, or do we want to stick with Space Bay? Oh, Space Bay is the outside buyers. Duh. I'm dumb. Yeah. Yeah, like, put the feelers out to get the information and perhaps have that for us to peruse before next session.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be bossy. You're bossy.
Oh, no comment.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. We definitely don't need to spend a lot of time agonizing over it. If, um, I think broadly you could consider like we could do a couple roles. It's probably going to pretty much amount to, um, one of them would give you a a mountain of credits. One of them would maybe give you less credits, but um, give you greater privilege or access. Some other kind of valuable favor that would maybe normally be a little more difficult to buy with just money. Um, and I think the only other factor in choosing who to try to sell it to would be just that the mere fact of selling them the ship, giving them the opportunity to buy the ship from you is in itself a bit of a favor because of the uniqueness of it.
Yeah. So I guess that
So yeah, maybe
kind of.
let's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as I talk it out, let's maybe not make it too complicated. I think we can just say, for the sake of expediency a little bit, any of the given parties that's a plausible buyer, in which the two that you have named are both plausible buyers. Space Bay is kind of the if you guys just don't really want to sell it for whatever reason you don't really want to sell it to either of the two other ideas you've got, we could come up we could go fishing and I could come up with a third party that would be very pleased by your willingness to seek them out and give them the opportunity to buy your very special ship. Um, that's also a distinct possibility.
Okay.
Do you guys think you would want to like try to discuss and make that decision tonight, or we can just kind of well, yeah, I feel like it's more or less the next thing for you guys to do unless you want to do some side exploration or role playing.
Well, we still have searching for the weaknesses of the bots and or facility.
Yep.
And we also still have, well, I guess finding the ship to purchase would be. Yeah, no, I guess you're right. We backed ourselves and our GM into a corner.
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, pivoting to what next ship could look like, or where you might get it from, could be worth some discussion. But yeah, this is kind of shaping up to be a lot of
Industrial sized shopping spree.
Well,
yeah.
I had a thought that if we do end up selling to the government, we were talking about the public auctions earlier, and
Mhm.
if it's at all feasible that Lohain Udall has captured any pirate ships, and depending on just how many credits we might get for this, maybe we could just do an even swap. Like if they say if we determine that the ship is worth 20 million credits, then obviously we wouldn't want to do an even swap. But if they're only willing to give us 2 million for it, maybe we could cut a deal to cut through the tape, get our own private auction of uh corvettes and patrol boats, and take our pick before anybody else.
Mhm. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and yeah, I think at least I would at least take input from you guys about like what fittings and ship class you want, because I if you're going with a hand me down or a used ship, I would want to um I would want to restrict things just a little bit,
Right, right.
or rough it up a little bit before giving to you. But I do want you guys. The whole point of you guys selling the other ship and getting another one is you want something in particular, and I don't want to make it like, well, the only way for you guys to get something that you want is to wait however many weeks it takes and find the shipyard willing to build it from scratch for you,
Yeah.
because that feels a little bit excessively limiting. So I think there's enough variety out there. It's plausible that you guys could give me kind of a wish list, and I could slap something together for you. Let's see then. So, uh, yeah, then let's talk value of the ship. Um,
Yes.
because I did not pull any punches here. Um, it is it is in excellent condition. Even by I guess kind of standard post-tech standards, it is a very valuable ship. The fact that it is a pretech hull that comes with a few, I guess, a few improvements over what's even possible, with a factory fresh post-tech ship.
Hmm.
Um, that adds a good bit of value as well. Um, some of that is a little bit uh, arbitrary and not exactly concrete, but um, you are able to, whichever of these buyers that you decide to go with, you would be able to get 9 million credits as the assessed value.
Okay.
That's the assessed value.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what we're gonna go with.
Yep.
So you can. So
So
what
call
we
it
would
even maybe 4 million that we make off of it at sale.
no
Oh,
no no.
I
So
was taking that the other way. That 9 million is what we can get.
no yeah
No.
yeah I didn't mean to say assessed value as some kind of different sort of value than what you're gonna get now. Like after it's been evaluated, it's like okay, you get 9 million for it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, if it were not for the fact that it's in, I mean, it's got a couple scuffs from your hasty exit, but you know that's hand wavable amounts of wear and tear, all things considered. Um, so that's what you got to work with in terms of some combination of ship and credit payout. Now, let's talk ship. You guys floated a couple different hulls as a possibility: patrol boat or corvette. Obviously, corvette coming with the greater crew requirement.
hmm
Do we want to do you want to just put it to a quick vote and see if it's more or less unanimous,
Sure.
or if there's some dissension? Okay.
Do we want to hear any arguments for or against any ships first?
I mean, my main argument would be that the automation support is not as expensive as you think. Um, yeah, I don't really think it's that bad.
And Eva would love to be on a ship with robots doing some of the work.
I
Yeah,
thought
because I
that
think
was
it's
also
100K.
it eventually becomes a source of income too, right?
Not the automation support. That was the mobile factory that the pretech ship had.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's something where like I mean, if you guys wanted to go that direction, you know, there is some I forget if I commented about this game not liking passive income,
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
but I mean, there are definitely like things even within the pretty pretty basic rules of the game that you could do to like start just making money as long as you keep doing the thing. Um, it's just going to be the sort of thing that like it's going to require some attention from you in some way or another. Either you're going to have to sit there and be there yourself, or you're gonna have to come back periodically to bail it out of some kind of trouble, you know, that sort of thing. Um,
No, just like ChatGPT and Cursor.
I'm not personally terribly interested in passive income. I think it's neat to have in the background, but I'm more interested in our characters actively pursuing the
Yeah.
adventure.
yeah, especially considering you know, especially for the ship that the main ship. Like, if you guys ever got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, we just got like 20 million credits rolling around with nothing to do, yeah, then you could consider, you know, empire building or something. But that's down the road.
So I'm going to make
Um,
the argument for the Corvette being that at base value it is 6 million, which would theoretically give us some room to play with negotiating mods and shipyard time to install them. And it also has a sand thrower, which is basically 3 free power and 1 free mass, because we don't need that at all. It's basically just there as a placeholder for something that's useful. Um, and conveniently, it costs just slightly more than automation support, so easy swap. And it has 2 plasma beams.
Yeah.
There's my argument for the Corvette. 300,000 maintenance means that we will have to work.
Yeah. Although, in theory, the crew cost would drop a lot
Oh
because
yeah,
automation
the 300,000 is just maintenance, not crew cost.
Yeah. Yeah. Where if we were hiring henchies, that'd be worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you putting a Discord post up for us to vote on, or are we just doing a verbal vote?
I was just about to start doing. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was debating including more information on that, but good.
I'm going to abdicate my vote because I don't know enough about these or care enough about these to go either way.
Nice, leaving with us with an even number of voters.
Oh,
You're so welcome.
that is a different two than the other two. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless Avery is also abdicating his vote.
Oh no.
I'll be indifferent to make it an odd.
All right, well, Corvette it is then. 2-1 or 3-0, either way.
We could also vote for explosions.
The Corvette
I did
is
put
a
that.
vote for explosions.
Yes, it
Put
is.
that up on the table.
More split.
Now we could actually freelance against pirates,
Yeah.
which could be a fun story arc.
Mm-hmm.
Boarding tubes and everything.
Yeah. Capture ships, sell them again.
Mhm.
What does the ship
All right.
tender amount cost?
Remember it being that much.
It's 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah. At about $250,000? No. Yeah.
125,000.
Yeah, let's get a wish list of fittings that you guys would want this thing to have.
Automation support and for sure. Yeah, workshop. That's obligatory.
Yes, for sure.
And probably luxury cabins because somebody's gonna put up a fight. You know, like you do.
Yeah, luxury cabins do seem like a must-have as well.
So I don't know. That's gonna be tight.
Yeah, and I
No,
think we want to keep it
dropping
in
the boarding
priority order.
tubes. We're talking about dropping the sand thrower.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that enthusiastic about boarding tubes, to be honest.
Yeah, it's only one mass, though.
I think that's all we need to.
Oh, okay.
And then we can also drop extended stores.
Oh, are you guys looking at like one of the pre-made ones?
Yeah, just as kind of a base
Yeah.
template, assuming that that's where you'll start to.
Got you. Okay.
Yep.
Bold assumption. I do what I want.
We know.
That's why we have to start with an assumption somewhere. Yeah, so a base Corvette, depending on how Ben modifies it, has enough that we don't want that we can get luxury cabins. Oh, it doesn't start with a workshop. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have to make some sacrifices. But I think those are the two main things that we're looking for. And the 2 plasma
Against the
beams.
ship's locker. That's
So
just
It's
personal
something
argument.
something I will point out, if and this would get
0, 0.
into some really, like shipbuilding minutia.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I will just say that ship mods are another way that I like. If you guys say like, "Hey, this is the stuff we want on the ship in order of priority," if there's some way to make it work, then we can just not worry about all the ins and outs and details, and I can take a look, see if there's some ship mods to make things fit. Um, and you'll end up paying some credits to get that, but if it's for priority things, then that may be worth it. So just go down the list in order of priority stuff that you want on the ship, and then I'll cook something up and we can back and forth a little bit offline about what trade-offs are worth it to you guys. Adding some more cost to the ship and maintenance costs in order to fit more things on. But looks like we definitely want workshop. We want luxury cabins. We want 3 plasma beams. That would use up all your hard points. So
Wait,
that would
for
be.
for beams? No, I said plasma beans, not beams.
I mean, have you looked at how expensive and energy consuming those things are?
Plasma beans? That's like they're like a Keurig attachment. I
Oh, okay.
typoed
This.
beams and I decided to run with it.
Yeah. No, I was running with the joke, but
Oh. I
I was
didn't get
going
that
like
you were running with it.
magic beans, Jack the Beanstalk kinds of beans.
Yeah, fair.
Gonna
Ben's not a
continue your
coffee drinker.
No, I'm not, sadly. Yeah, so we've got plasma beams, 3 if possible. What other kinds of fittings? 'Cause, I mean, more pew pew is all fun and cool, but I imagine you guys don't want to sacrifice everything for that.
I
I'm
mainly
assuming
want to
you,
max out the hard points and minimize the mass and energy cost of maximizing the hard points. Because I think that's
yeah.
one of the most interesting stats of ships is how many hard points they have.
hmm obviously you want as atmospheric configuration, unless you would like amphibious operation.
Uh, I'm not sold on atmospheric. If we've got a cargo lighter or a shuttle, some way
Oh,
to get from atmosphere to ground otherwise, I'll put it this way. Some way to get from orbit to ground.
I will just point out that a cargo lighter it takes the exact same amount of mass as atmospheric configuration.
Yeah,
So it's up to you guys. I would assume you'd usually much rather have the ship on hand than leave it floating somewhere. Um, but that's up to you guys.
I'm more open on that.
Okay. And nobody else is weighed in yet, so that's fine too.
We do need automation support though,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
do
to
want
make
that.
crew cost affordable,
that makes sense.
ironically.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because that keeps you guys from having to pay people indefinitely to keep it running. Um, okay.
It also gives us the comedic option of the battle droids from Star Wars doing the
Yes.
piloting and utility checks. Oh no!
Pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty much.
Mm,
Um, what level of drive upgrade do you guys want?
a
I'm assuming
3
at
would
least,
be nice.
yeah, drive 2 minimum because there are some places you just can't get to otherwise. But drive 3 ideally. Okay. And obviously, you guys do want at least 1 unit of cargo space.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Did we say fuel bunker and or scoops?
We do
We-
have fuel bunker as a default, but we didn't say it.
Yeah, we didn't say it.
yeah, let's if that's a consideration, let's put it in the list. I guess I'm not sure if you guys have the list in order of priority right now. It
No,
looks
it's
like it's
not.
been
It's definitely not. I
um,
think the only things
so
that
that
are in order are workshops and luxury cabins.
Yeah, automation support is definitely not in order.
Yep.
well, yeah.
Scoops are actually surprisingly heavy.
They are.
2 power, 1 plus mass. Like, yikes.
I was gonna
Probably
say
just
I'm
better
gonna
to do the bunker. Out of 2, that gives us 4 for travel distance before we're cut off.
Wait, at a what?
wait, say what?
What? Fuel
No.
bunkers?
Fuel bunker just lets you drill one more time.
Yeah, so you drill to an empty hex in the middle and you drill again.
Oh, you're not allowed to go to empty hexes though.
Oh. Okay.
That was where my confusion was, I guess.
Yes.
I haven't read that specific piece about space travel, apparently.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, fuel bunkers are definitely the way to go. Fuel scoops are there if you just have like extra space on your ship and you really want to stay off the grid.
Let's see. Where are prefab? The ship locker and armory on there?
The prefab has the ship locker and armory on there. Ship locker is easy because that's 0-0.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is armory.
Yes, that's just the cache. Yeah.
And that's something that even if
Yeah.
Ben decides not to include it on the ship, we can add it
So we
later.
can mod that in easily
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, part of the reason why I'm cool with kind of letting you guys customize a lot of this is that you're making this deal with one of these entities that has access and power and all that, and you're on friendly terms with them that enough that you could you know you'd have the ability to do some tweaks in the process of buying it or whatever, a little bit of whatever post-purchase work if need be. So not too worried about some of the specific whatever.
Oh, you mean magic beans, Ben? No, I'm talking about plasma beans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. My brain is definitely on slow mode right now, and I just thought of that. As like, the way to salvage the joke.
Put that in your railgun and fire it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Hypothetically, a beam fired fast enough through a railgun would become a plasma beam.
Yeah, I
I
guess if
agree
it
with
were
this.
metallic enough.
Let's see,
But
what do
anyway,
y'all think of survey sensor array? It was nice having that on the Prudence.
It was.
Oh, I guess that's what, 2 power, 1 mass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Improved attempts to detect other craft as well.
Yeah, I feel like that would help us on some of these. Well, I guess like our last two missions, I think having something like that will help for rocking up to planets like Straya with the lunar bunker to be able to do some aerial recon.
Do you think you got enough of a list of what we want there, Ben?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely a good starting point. I can slap something together and see what we have left, or if something needs to be cut, and we can go back and forth a little bit offline. So let's come back to deciding, just really for role playing and I guess relationship purposes. Who do you want to sell this freighter to and acquire a used Corvette from? We've got Orion, we've got Nikki Nebula, aka the Loyada Council, or third party TBD,
Danielle, Cherry's
like
the
a
most
new friend.
connected to Lehenuda.
I mean, she could make like a connect roll attempt, but
No,
I think
I was more asking, like, what do you as player prefer for the relationship? Who do we
I
cultivate?
mean it would probably get her some points with Nikki Nebula, but then you're also dealing with an imbalance of power and therefore not the best for trying to get a good deal.
Okay.
Um,
You think it would be interesting to do this with Orion and see if that does cause an imbalance of power between him and the council?
I would definitely like to start with Orion simply because I think he could use a hand being able to balance things.
Okay.
But
And in thinking forward to a potential future conversation, that could give us a little bit of a background arc to lead into. If Orion starts trying to make some plays for better positioning, might call on us every once in a while.
Yeah, that could make things interesting. Establish this shadow council.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we've got. Oh, Ingrid.
it is just about to be 11. Just a heads up.
Yeah. So we're coming around towards starting to wind down the session. Um, we've got enough there. Um, so it sounds like Orion. I didn't hear any objections to that.
Orion was my first thought.
Yeah. Good with Orion.
Same.
Okay. Sounds good then.
I also think that with his recent psionic development, he could potentially play into some of what Zeke was built for.
Okay.
Psychic mysteries.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you guys are cruising through space on the approach to Loni Da. Um, you're you're getting ready. You're reaching out in advance to try to make some kind of arrangement with somebody so that when you get asked, like, "Hey, what's with this ship that isn't isn't showing any sort of valid registration?" Um, you can say, "Hey, this is recent salvage. We have a meeting with so and so to, in this case, have a meeting with Orion to uh, negotiate a sale, and that ought to delay any sort of scrutiny beyond the standard concerns." So yeah, how do you what do you think you say to Orion just to tell him before you show up?
Yo, you want to be a ship? Maybe
Or we
not.
found something really cool you might like.
We found something we think you might be interested in.
Mhm. You
I think it's
betcha.
big enough and interesting enough.
All right. Um, so yeah, if you guys want to hit him up with that, I think he'd be yeah, you'd get a if you send him something along those lines, by way of a message, his response would be, um, "Is this a joke?"
You didn't
No.
include the "Do you want to be a ship" in there, did you? 'Cause, I wasn't serious about that. Eva definitely is not sent. Did Bo send that?
I feel like Bo would send that. Just to tone it down. Hey, robot, you want to be a ship now?
Excuse me, Sir Orion. Have you considered ship?
I mean, if it comes back with a, is this a joke? Pete would probably be like, no, question mark. It's a ship.
Yeah. No, I guess just generally conveying like the uncertainty of like, could this be real? Um,
Oh, he knows more about it than we do, I think.
but
Oh,
yeah, no,
probably. Of
he
course
would
it is.
be a very enthusiastic yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and he would just ask, "When are you landing? Tell me, and tell me which hangar. I will be there."
Well, we can't land this ship, can we? So, is there a
Without
space station we
proper
could meet
support.
him at?
Um, I will say that the Leonidas space port just may be equipped with the sort of infrastructure that you need to be able to land it in there.
Oh, okay. All right, so we can safely land this ship on the surface.
Uh, in the spaceport, you may, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I don't remember how much detail I went into, but basically, what you guys were able to surmise based on the ship information you had, and just deduction that there's some pretech hocus pocus going on that allowed it to land and take off from that hangar, and I'll just to kind of save us the trouble of having to stumble into it or something. um, I'll just say that maybe Cherry happened to know that that kind of rang a bell with something she had learned and probably have forgotten a long time ago, that Luminudaw's spaceport has some hangars with that sort of capability. It's it hasn't been necessary for a very long time, but it does work for certain pretech cruisers.
Fancy pants.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you guys are good to land.
Unless anybody sees any reason not to, then I guess we tell him where we're landing and basically relay the landing directions we were given to him.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
you
can
get
tell them we're in Docking Bay 94.
yeah, exactly. You guys get some very expected, incredulous and shocked reactions over comms while interacting with the um, flight control, uh, as they direct you to one of the hangar bays that is specially equipped to deal with a ship like this. And as you as you slowly cruise your way through I think I described before, the starport on Oneida is like this massive, deep, just shaft that goes and has hangar bays all along the walls of it. Um, that it kind of extends down an obscene distance into the surface of the moon, and further down, you can imagine a lot of those bays are virtually never used. Um, but you are directed to one that is relatively near the surface and much larger than the ones you were in before. It's clearly sized for your kind of ship, and you can glide in there. You feel a bit of a slight lurch as the hangar's gravitic mechanisms uh, take effect, and lock onto the ship to aid in its coming in for a smooth landing. And yeah, sure enough, awaiting you is a small caravan of grav cars, and Orion is standing next to one of them in his he's actually, yeah, we'll say he's in a mechanical shell this time around. Um,
He does hop a lot.
so yeah, this one, it's definitely, it's very humanoid. But it's got some prominently visible, mechanical accents that make it clear. It's not trying to pass for human by any means. Um, it's kind of like a stylized, uh, variation on humanoid. But Yeah, nothing too bizarre or off-putting in terms of nothing like forearms or monkey feet. Uh, but he waves to you as you come down the one of the ramps, and identifies himself and is just taking in the entirety of the ship, stem to stern, and he just says, "You will have to tell me where you found this. I can't even imagine how it's survived so long."
Harry would let him know that information is also up for sale.
Eva shuts
Perfect.
her mouth.
So does Pete.
he he clinks his hands together in like a bit of a clap. Uh, Clever girl. Excuse me, but ha, well said, Cherry. Well said. But yes, speaking of sale, I am quite eager, and we'll gloss over the a bit of back and forth and negotiation that Cherry and Eva work together to navigate with Orion. Um, he predictably tries to tries to slightly lowball you at first, um, and you guys ask for a good bit more, but you work your way around. Uh, basically selling it to him, making the case for your price point by talking him through some of the features on the ship, and even give him a tour of it to seal the deal. And by the end of it, he is happy to come closer to your initial number than you might have thought he would, and settles for the aforementioned 9 million credits um, as the value he's willing to trade you for it. Um, and that's when you guys mention the desire for another ship to replace it. And he considers that for a bit, and he does say, I have access to pre-owned ships that I think would probably fit your requirements. If you have a list of desired features, specifications, I could reach out and see what I can come up with.
The captain would be super happy to give you that information.
Oh, I've already made 3 lists.
I'll
Nice.
try to get that trimmed down
But I was working on a
before we
4th.
forward it on.
Eva looks helplessly at Orion.
He kind of shrugs at her. I'm sorry, Eva. If you gave me 3 lists, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Hey,
That placates her. She kind of shrugs and looks up. Okay, that's fair.
but I do love your enthusiasm for lists, Eva. It's one of your best qualities.
near the top of my list.
Abilities?
You have a beautifully organized mind.
Eva's glowing. She's gonna give the ship away for free if somebody doesn't stop her.
Well, we will have to um, streamline this and get it back to you as soon as possible.
Of course, but yeah, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. And he looks up at the ship and rests one of his hands on the hull, and she isn't either. And even in his mechanical body, you can see that gleam in his eye
Uh-huh.
of pure excitement tinged with greed.
Yeah, we could
But
definitely get some jobs to hunt down ancient pretech and sci-tech ruins from this guy.
mhm. um, yeah, so he'll he'll want he'll say yeah he can wait on the list, but he's going to make a couple of calls, um, and he's going to suggest that you ought to come pay him a visit, and he's been he's decided to spruce up his place a little bit. And in hindsight, he's a little bit embarrassed by what a shambles it was in the last couple times you visited, because he admits he was being consumed by his various projects, and his was distracted by ambitions, but he's taken a step back and decided to make himself a little bit more presentable to the I guess to the scene on the Unidad.
Uh, Eva will happily accept an invitation to hang out with him.
Yes, I think that a deal of this magnitude practically necessitates a celebration by human standards, and I'm inclined to agree with that particular tradition.
Well, then we'll get everything squared away that we can on our side and get it to you as quickly as possible.
Do let me ask, how do you all like to party?
Oh, there's.
Well, if
Oh,
you would like to come see the ship, there's quite a few amenities there.
Oh well, I do like a good tour of what I'm about to buy. So yeah, he'll let you take him on a tour of the ship, but he says I was really talking about you know any particular activities or refreshments that would really make the celebration feel like yours.
I don't think you can have
Mm,
a party without a good game of Trivial Pursuit. So.
Mm.
You will just say, well, I'm
No.
out then. I can't beat her. I ain't giving up trying.
That's a new street drug.
So, Pete, don't count yourself out just yet. You never know what you might surprise yourself.
Cherry would think back to a couple of the different parties that she had been asked to attend by her manager, and she actually doesn't really know what she likes in a party because she didn't really like those. So she'll just say boba tea.
Hmm. Well, that is a excellent refreshment idea. See what I can do.
Does the body you're currently in, um, can you drink things that you wouldn't normally be able to drink?
Oh, probably,
Like,
but
Pete can't drink the same things I drink, but like, this is, pretty different.
he takes a look down at himself, but kind of visibly taking stock from him. Ah, yes. No, I could drink just about anything you hand me, but this one doesn't really have much use for taste buds. Don't worry, I'll put something more suitable on for our party.
She works really hard not to pull a face and just tells him, I prefer no monkey feet at parties.
Oh, I was about to ask if you were if you wanted to make me a perform check because I was like, if she wasn't about to say it, he was going to be watching for her reaction to see if she was thinking about the monkey feet.
No, she would just absolutely say outright,
Just say it outright. Okay.
please no monkey feet.
Just with a straight face. Um, he'll say,
She would give him a small smile at her request.
okay. He'll say, I'll put a word in with my manager, but no promises. Monkey feet are quite in these days.
She'll scrunch her nose a little bit and then say, I'm sure.
uh, yes, I must admit I am becoming well accustomed again to having access and it's just so refreshing. I'm reminded again to thank you all for your part in freeing me from that horrid little 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter box. Ugh. Hmm. Well, I suppose you all need time to iron out the last bits of your requirements, and I have a party to prepare for. So I'll be seeing you.
All right. Thanks for squeezing us into your schedule.
Oh, for this, and he takes a long sweep visually across the ship. Oh, I could have dropped anything for this. You have made my life.
Oh, Cherry's eyes don't literally turn into dollar signs, but she is excited to hear that.
he yeah, he walks towards his car muttering just loudly enough that you all can make it out. Um, oh, what trouble you and I are going to get into.
Did we tell him about the smuggler's hold or
Mm,
We
I
cleaned it up
don't.
first, right?
Might just slip them robots out of there before it gets hold of them.
Yeah, that is a good question. I assume you guys are wanting to transfer that stuff over to the old swallowtail
Yeah,
or
let me
something.
add something to the list of the while we're here.
Because I will say we glossed over that part of everything because they didn't have they kind of gave you a pass for your epic name dropping, but you did not they didn't poke their noses into your smuggler's hold at all. They didn't find anything that needed they didn't find anything to get you in trouble about. But yeah, you do have some some bots and some substances that were considered worth hiding in a smuggler's hold.
Probably because they're contraband.
Yep. And I mean, you would know that by in modern standards as well, like on the Utah especially, um, yeah, war bots would be definitely considered contraband. And
Racism.
some of the drugs are some of the drugs are maybe question marks because um, Loinuda's policy on certain recreational drugs is looser than a lot of places, though they do still have they have pretty standard uh, restrictions on the hard stuff. But you're not 100% sure where all those would fall because they didn't exactly put a list of side effects on those little baggies.
We'll just tell Bo
Hint.
that we're gonna have to sell everything that we find and then watch him for side effects.
Oh man. Okay, well it is 11:25. Let's go ahead and wrap for the session. We've got a lot of stuff to hash out offline, but I may make a list of that later. Because for right now, you guys are going to 72 XP,
Woohoo!
which means level up to 9 before next time.
Ooh.
You
Gonna do
got
it
2
now?
weeks, so yeah, you can do it now. Um, so no excuses if you don't have it done at next session.
So is that what we're doing on vacation this weekend?
Mhm.
Yeah, no excuses.
As I say, I am available if anyone would like a little bit of my time to help them do the level up, but oh,
Puts us at level 9, right?
that does
Yeah.
put you level 9.
Level 9 is big. What do you mean just level 9?
Wow, finally I get a boosted hit point.
Nice. But yeah, so you guys get you're allowed to go up to level 4 skills now, which is the big thing about level 9. Let's see, let's get oh goodness, sorry. Let's get faves going. I will not be sticking around after the session tonight to do to help with level ups, so you guys will be on your own for that for tonight. But yeah, if you want to if you need to hit me up for any feedback or help, you can just send me a message and I'll see what I can do. All right, Ethan is up first for faves.
Hmm. Orion's glee, I guess, at being sold the ship and location.
I don't think we agreed to sell them the location of the
Oh, we
bunker,
didn't
did
give them
we?
both?
No, not yet.
Okay, so just the ship so far. I thought we were
Yeah,
lumping
location.
both in there.
Alrighty. Yeah. Glad you appreciated that.
I was figuring you'd be happy about it. I wasn't expecting diabolical self-monologuing.
Mm. Oh, yes, indeed. Robert, what about you? Or we can come back to you.
I guess some of the pre-planning and discussion and things of how to advance our game, in addition to the Orion bit, but yeah, just excited for moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, but I felt like we did a pretty good job of getting through some planning in a relatively reasonable time frame. All right, Avery, what about you?
I thought that the cancer-free light bit was funny.
Mm.
It's funny.
I also thought the pre-session banter was good this week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys were feeling it. All right. For my part, mm, I think I don't know. I guess for Zeke, is this like do you do it like as a journal of his? Um, I guess his recap. I guess you could just call it the recap. His recap about oh, what was the phrase? It was something about like a clean. Oh, responsible smuggling. Yeah, that uh, I loved that, and that's like technically not part of the session itself. I felt like that was worth a mention for sure. Um, you know, given the fact we all know what Bo's packing. Um, and I'm gonna have to go with deciding to sell to Orion. I like that decision a lot. I think that's a fun one, and I love more attention and time being given to Orion. I just hope I can make it worth your while.
I hope you learned your lesson about the monkey feet.
Yes, that if I were so inclined to put a third favorite. Yeah, you know what? I don't often indulge myself. Uh, I think Cherry's request for no monkey feet was great. I love that that keeps coming back. That we're never going to forget about that. Um, and because it was just like I don't know, kind of goofy thing that I decided fairly well on the fly. Just like, I had just been, when I'd been coming up with a bunch of different, shells as possibilities, I was thinking of ways, what would be some odd ways that the pretech people, with nothing better to do with their time could have decided to put on on an artificial body to make it more interesting or versatile or whatever. I was like, being able to grab stuff with your feet, that's pretty cool. Maximum grabbing limbs. Check. Anyway, Danielle, what was your favorite?
I guess getting the chance to sell the ship.
All right. Yeah, that's a big deal. It's a big old payday. Dex, what about you?
Kind of. Oh, I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see this muted. Kind of along the same lines. But from a more here's your once per night compliment from me.
Yes.
We had kind of struggled a little bit on figuring out how and to whom to sell the ship, and at a point where it felt like we were starting to spin, you kind of came in with took our three primary like branched options, the main cusp of what we're or grist of what we're looking at, and said, okay, these three are basically all similar. You're going to get about 9 million credits. You came in and made our decisions a little bit easier, took the considerations of ramifications and trying to get the best deal off the table, and made it more about the roleplay. I don't know how you would summarize that.
I already saw that.
Decomplicating. Oh, you've already got something? Okay, cool. I'll shut up.
Honestly, I already I filled in your favorite, very quickly.
Oh, I see that. All right, I take it back.
But no, I think maybe characterizing it as the GM streamlining a bogged down decision.
I'd say complex.
A complex decision, yeah. Decision.
My roleplay favorite was that information is also for sale. That was quick and snappy.
It was perfect salesmanship too.
Mm-hmm. And it gave me the opportunity to bounce off of with Eva of like her mouth was already opening, she was about to ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah, Cherry had to be quick because Eva could very quickly rattle off, yeah, the third moon of the such and such planet in Harvario. Bam. And just that quickly, many credits were lost. That was definitely a good, quick thinking line there. All right, then on that note, let's wrap the session. Thank you for playing.
Indeed. Dave's posted. I'll go ahead and end the stream now.
All right.